White people don't have no problem when it's black on black crime. Smoking on Tuka, they didn't have no. So now we smoking on Charlie Kirk. Too far. Too far? Oh my goodness. So y'all didn't go too far with George Floyd. He has a family. Come on, white people, don't be hypocritical.
When Charleston White first came out, he was a hit with the blacks. And then all of a sudden, we saw him take a different position. He started criticizing blacks more often, especially rappers. Not just rappers, even dead rappers, even dissing their kids and family members. And we saw a pivot towards, even talking about black unaccountability and even praising white people.
America has been invaded.
Do you think that white people have less power than ever before?
Yes, and they mad about it. And I'm mad about it too. It was a much better country when white people had more power. Yeah. They have less power, and they have a right to be afraid of what America's gonna come to, because we mad at the wrong white people, and today's white people had nothing to do with what our ancestors went through that none of us got to witness.
Facts.
But we want to punish them for it.
Yeah.
Now, in this same clip, he would end up saying that he felt white people need to control the United States. And again, he was talking about the dysfunctionality of black culture. And see, podcast interviews like this got Charleston White into more opportunities, not just in the black sector, but with white people as well. And they would love for him to come onto the podcast and basically talk down on black people. And of course, it came with a hefty fee. Charleston White, I believe, charges no less than $10,000, and that rate might be up by now. And still, despite the fact that he's had a lot of his platforms shut down, Charleston White, aka Unc, is still out here eating in the streets. And when Charlie Kirk passed away, initially he was a little bit sympathetic, especially when he was talking to Aiden Ross about it. He's like, oh, I've never really heard of this guy, but if that happened to him, that's bad. But then Charleston White got an opportunity basically to see what Charlie Kirk's position was. And once he did, he changed his mind.
Charlie Kirk was killed by his own kind. I just want to remind you, Charlie Kirk was killed by his own kind. They came, but what can they say? He was taken out by his own lily white babies. We got Y ends, y'all got W ends.
So of course, this got a lot of hate from Charlie Kirk fans. Not only him, but even people like myself, who I'm very moderate on the issue, but people like Tariq Nasheed, he's been attacked online, people trying to infiltrate him, trying to dox him. And the same thing has happened to Charleston White. Now, initially, when Charleston White does this to blacks, there's not really a repercussion. He got into a few scuffles here and there, but, nothing that would really hurt his income. Black people typically don't have the power to, get him fired or, get him from basically not going to a comedy tour. Because typically, no person that is a comedy promoter or event organizer is going to cancel Charleston White because he's saying something bad about a dead black rapper or about blacks in general. In fact, that might even get him more business. But that's actually backfired, because what happened to Unc was just the opposite. He posted this on Twitter. Charleston White slams white people for canceling his comedy shows and banning his YouTube channel after dissing Charlie Kirk.
Damn.
So what really happened?
I thought y'all said y'all canceled me. Now what the fuck done happened? Y'all done got in y'all feelings, you white with animals. I thought y'all said y'all, well, come on now. They just put me on one of the biggest comedy shows September 29th in Atlanta with them now. Oh, you thought y'all can control. Now y'all just got white friends that'll listen to y'all. But white people don't own everything. The Jews and the Asians mostly own everything. Oh, white folk, y'all don't run the country no more. Y'all trying to get it back though. I see you. Y'all scrambling hard and to get your country back. But guess what? Y'all done let too many people in here. Y'all done let too many people here. This is Babylon. 99 tongues is in your country. And guess who got to get you your product? China. Every goddamn thing you got, white folk, come from China, made in China. How you go run something and you don't run nothing no more? Your politicians is ran by foreign lobbies and corporations.
So basically, he's talking about, as you've heard, you whites don't really own anything anymore. Your country is owned by foreigners, and you don't have everything. Asians and groups have everything. So you're trying to stop me. But while you stopped the other things that I was trying to do, you forgot about the fact that I got a comedy show with these dudes out here in Atlanta. You can't stop that. And that's very important. I want to weigh in on that. A lot of times when we are struggling in, let me just say, the white community, when we basically, don't develop our own economic systems, basically at the bargaining table of corporations. And we've seen that. Look at Will Smith. When Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, a lot of the money that he receives is basically on the front end with brand deals. Sometimes he produces, but not very much. And so once he slaps Chris Rock, his money opportunities were not there as much. Same thing with Jonathan Majors. However, we saw that was not the same with Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry has studios. He owns a lot of the stuff that he does. He owns his IPs and everything like that, intellectual properties. So even though Tyler Perry is going through a similar situation, not equal, with these sexual allegations from the guy that he's dealing with, he's able to still thrive because he owns what he does. All right. And so Charlie Kirk being in the black sector allows him to own what he does. This is no different than Tariq Nasheed, no different than Corey Holcomb, even a guy like myself, O'Shea Duke Jackson. We might not be in the economy like let's say mainstream media, but we are in the black economy, and that kind of protects us being in the black sector. And so when you're in the black sector, you can talk like Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb says whatever the hell he feels like saying. And if anybody were to cut Corey Holcomb tomorrow, he has so much offline presence, like he would be back up and running and his fan base is going to follow him. That's the difference. Same thing with Tariq Nasheed. The same thing with Dr. Umar. Okay. Those guys, stop the show, and I'm nowhere near as popular as those dudes, but you get what I'm saying, right? They are going to follow them everywhere they go. And now Charleston White is trying to explain to these whites, look, I'm in the black sector. So yeah, I was over there getting y'all money, but you can't stop it because I'm in the black sector and you can't take my money. Even if you try to, I'm still going to be on with the blacks. I still got interviews, but wait, there's more.
How you go run something and I in seats? How y'all gonna stop me? And I am the internet now. You see y'all, let me show y'all how bad I am. Let me show you how good I am, folk. I done lost over 24 Instagram pages. I done had 5 this year. Just as soon as y'all delete me, it increases my status. Oh, they banned Charleston. Guess what? I got a YouTube page that I started 3 days ago. It's already monetized. That's just the power of Charleston. I got about 6 interviews lined up, 4 within the next couple of days. That money's pretty good. Now all of a sudden, here come a man who was born to sin, that's gonna die in sin, but may not die a sinner, and y'all are worshiping like as if he's Jesus. No.
And this is just proving the actual point of what he's talking about. All right, he's saying the same thing and building on that particular premise. I want to also kind of just talk about people out there again, and I want to preface this. What you're seeing in the country are people who have access to, number one, any kind of government job. So a lot of blacks are in the government sector. If you're in the government sector and you feel like you have free speech, you don't even have to mention somebody's name, okay, to get fired. All you gotta do is talk about the event around the same time, and then all of your benefits are gone right away. There was a guy that was in Secret Service that was fired, okay? A lot of us put a lot of effort into relationships with the government or relationships in the private sector. Now, once you have a relationship with the private sector, You got to always remember, you are a 24-hour representation of your job. You are not a representation of your job just when you're working there. You got to get out of the mentality that, oh, I'm off, this is my free time. Technically, it is your free time, but you still do work there. So whatever you do, it's going to count. Let me give you an example. There was a YouTuber by the name of EDP445, okay? EDP445 was a popular YouTuber. He was in Philadelphia, and he had been getting accused basically for trying to meet up with younger women, all right? I won't even call them women. You could call those ladies like underage. So he met up, tried to meet up with the girl. He was allegedly doing this the whole entire time, or at least being set up. So he shows up to this particular venue to meet this young lady, and it was a bust. He got basically found out for doing that, and nothing happened because it wasn't an actual situation, but it was a sting, right? So it proved that he was doing it. So it's not that he did something on YouTube that cost him his channel. That wasn't the case. But because he had been ousted for trying to meet a young lady underage, he lost his YouTube channel. Not only lose his YouTube channel, he lost his Facebook account. Everything that he was doing, like he had a gig where he was giving like special shout outs for his YouTube subscribers, making like $50 a pop doing that. He lost that too. He tried to get a job with Uber. They found out his real name. He lost that too. Lyft, he lost that too. He had to legally go and change his name to get employment. And to now, I don't know where he is. He's like poor, okay? And the reason why it is because he wasn't even an employee of YouTube, but because what he did, it made YouTube look so bad, they had to part ways, okay? The only time you can be critical of something like Charleston White to that level, if you have black support, not even if you're in business, okay? You have to be in business where nobody cares about your positioning, so they will still support you no matter what. And the kind of content that Charleston White does, I'm sorry to say, black people are not going to say, well, because Charleston White came after Charlie Kirk, I'm not going to buy tickets to his comedy show, or I'm not going to get him on the podcast. No one will say that because we're used to Charleston White saying that about black people. The problem is white people are not used to Charleston White saying it about them. Woo! So now it's a problem. And yes, they have gotten things canceled and they have stopped things, but they will not stop everything, okay? And the reason why they can't is because is profitable in Black America. Black America got hella money, not just a lot, hella money. It's on like social media content in the black sector is so much you can't count it. So there is no absolute way you can cancel a guy like that. You will be looking stupid if you try to. All right. And again, this is the benefit of dealing with blacks. I can say he's controversial in the way that he does things, and I wouldn't really appreciate it, how he does things, but that's the benefit of sticking with your people and building a base in the black space. When you can do that, everything is better. Okay. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with an episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.